we're like, oh, this is gonna be an easy, straightforward job, right? Yeah, I said that.
We're the Martins, a blended family of 6. In January 2022, we bought a bus and began our journey toward tiny living, travel, creating a life we love, and establishing redemptive communities across North America. Come along with us as we build our bus, lead worship, and live a life of adventure on mission.
We are taking out these rear heaters right there. Our bus is a Thomas Freightliner, a 2002 dog nose bus, and so we think it'll be pretty sweet, pretty easy and straightforward. So I'll kind of just show the lines and what we're looking at this point.
I need a squeezy tool.
Is that the technical term?
That's the technical term.
A squeezy tool.
I need a pliers.
Pliers. We learned from YouTube University. Essentially, how it works is antifreeze comes from the engine to run the front heater over in the driver's area, the defrost and the front heater. Then there's a hose that runs antifreeze all the way down to the heater I'm sitting on, and then the one back there, and then there's a return hose. So these hoses are full of coolant. So we have to be super careful that we don't spill coolant all over. We just don't want to have to clean up a coolant mess all over the inside of our bus. Also, we have a corgi that we do love, and antifreeze is especially toxic for animals, and it tastes sweet to them, so they are attracted to it. So we have our corgi safely contained in the house with our teenager, and he's protecting the dog. We've already closed off the valve under the hood in the engine. There's 2 valves for the outflow and the return. And they were really, really tight. So we sprayed them with WD-40 and couldn't get them turned still. And so Robert went and got a pipe that he could just slip over the handle, get that leverage, and easy peasy, it came right open. So, or closed that valve. So we won't lose all of the coolant from the engine pouring through all of these hoses, if that makes sense. So what we're doing is we're gonna remove these heaters and then make the loop smaller so that we still have heat and defrost in the driver's bay area. We're gonna be closing that loop so it's smaller, and we'll just see how it goes. Should be fun. So disconnecting the wires.
Well, there's like one that just shoots up straight through here. It's super tight. I can't move it.
So we'll have to pull that out from underneath the bus. Everything else is inside of the bus, but it seems like that one electrical wire goes down. Or is it a grounding wire?
Shoot up in my face, 'cause that would be great.
There's no pressure. There's no pressure.
Oh, that's a lot.
What?
Not much happened there. Like I was expecting massacre.
Yeah, but you do want to pour it into the. Oh, good. Oh,
Cool.
I got. Whoa.
Mm. Nice, that's just going.
Bah! Well, because the other tube has
Okay.
antifreeze in it too. Good.
Cool. So the more I bring this up, the more that one leaks. Okay, so hold that.
There's. You might want to get your prostate checked.
Okay, now if we had this one removed, we could just move forward. But we can't.
Okay, but we have to disconnect that other hose anyway.
Yeah, but I can get almost all of it out this way by just lifting this end. It could be the least messiest thing ever.
You sure?
Yeah.
Here's what happened. My husband insisted that we take off a piece of the hose so that he could take it to Lowe's or whatever and find the right size fitting elbows that we need to make the smaller, to make the loop up behind the driver's seat. We took it all apart. We drained it as much as we could. He cut off a section of hose, took it to the store. They don't have fittings large enough for the heater hose that we have in this bus. He went to all of the hardware stores. He went to all of the auto stores. None of them have a big enough fitting. So I spent today, so we were like, whatever, we'll just start fresh tomorrow. This is super frustrating because we thought this would be a quick, easy Sunday afternoon project, and it turned into not that. So this is kind of our first hiccup with the bus. So this morning I went from store to store to store. I mean, I went to Lowe's just to double check and see if there was anything that maybe we missed or something like, let's think creatively outside of the box. What is a fitting that would work, that would fit this hose, but also be able to withstand heat because we're going to have coolant going through it. So it's just this little, that's it, just a little elbow. I pulled this off of the heater. So we don't even need 2 elbows to make this loop. We just need one because we already have one that was already in the system. Right? They don't have them this big. Most heater hoses are 5/8 of an inch. Ours is 1 inch. So that's a big difference when you're talking about tightening the hose around the fitting. So I went to Lowe's, then I went to Fleet Farm, and then I went to 2 trucking service centers. So basically shops that work on semi trucks. And I was like, you guys have big parts, right? No dice. So I just got off the phone with my sister. She kind of helped me brainstorm. She's very mechanically inclined, and she and her husband used to manage a trailer park, and they have just all kinds of parts. And so she's looking in her garage to see if she's got something that will work. If she does not, then we will have to custom order a stinking elbow that I know this is like a $2 piece, but we can't find anywhere in town that has one that's a full inch. So yay. So in the meantime, I don't want antifreeze dripping from these hoses or any of this stuff in the way while we continue to demo and work on the rest of the bus. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision while my husband's at work and cut the hose shorter, dispose of all the length and the heaters, and if I have to just stuff a rag in the end of the hoses until those elbows come in for us to be able to finish this project, then that's just how it's gonna have to be. And get this antifreeze cleaned up because we have a dog who can't come out and be around the bus until we have the antifreeze cleaned up. My sister-in-law Rachel's on her way over. She's really excited to help with the bus, so she's gonna be helping me finish up this heater project, but then we're gonna be tearing off the side panels and insulation, and hopefully, then all we will have left is ripping out the floors.
Somebody wants a DeWalt set.
No, not a sponsor yet.
Okay. Now,
Really crank her down. Ooh, that's good and tight. Did that move?
Nope. Okay, so do we test it?
Of course.
and in post, I realized that I did not do a final recap on the heater hose project we had. So what we have here, what we ended up finally doing is going back to Menards for a third time, asking for help in the plumbing department, scouring the shelves, and finally we found a high heat hose. It was like $12. Praise the Lord, because alternatives, I was looking at bus parts and ordering online, and it would have been like $30, $40, and we couldn't be just hanging out with an open hose and a rag stuffed in it. But it is tolerant for high heat, so we placed that. Maybe use my shadows to help. So that, and then we recycled the plastic hose that we took off of one of the rear heaters. We started the bus, we let it run for a while and warm up, and we had no leaks, no antifreeze all over the bus. So I'm really excited about that, and it was a huge confidence builder. Honestly, that little project, you know, they say confidence is built one small win at a time, and it's so true. Every little project that we do on this bus that lends to the larger project of building our home on wheels is a huge confidence builder. And we're doing things that we've never done before. We are researching, we're studying, and then we put it into practice. And, you know, it doesn't always work exactly like we plan. I'm finding that most projects take a lot longer than I think they will in my head. But at the end of the day, when we complete a new project and we learn something new or we build something new, we have this like little moment of rejoicing, like another thing done towards our future home. And it's always so exciting. We high-five each other, we do a little happy dance, and our confidence is built that the next project we can totally tackle. So that's kind of my encouragement for you in anything in life, but especially a project like this. If you don't know what you're doing, you just kind of have to get in there and get your hands dirty and try. And then when you find a way, make a way. When you overcome adversity and when you complete the project, your confidence grows so much. So we're really excited to show you the rest of what we've been working on. But for now, we will say goodbye.